Hey there, crafty friends. This is Grace again, and welcome to Rainbow Card Series video number 3. With this one, I wanted to do the traditional rainbow. I have a rainbow die from my favorite things, and I am going to what I did before I turned on the camera was actually cut the papers and basically put together my rainbow. And I did three. I actually did more than three, but when you use this die, you actually use, it's kind of like that star nested die that I did in Rainbow 1, where you actually have to go and do one color at a time. So the layers will be one single color, and then of course you mix and match them to put your rainbow together. And so I have a lot of the strips, and so I decided to make a lot of them. And so the center rainbow here is the one that follows the order of the rainbow, and the others do not, but it's okay. They all look rainbowish to me, so they're fine. But I do notice that, and I don't know if it's just human error, or I'm sure it's just human error, but if you notice that rainbow on the very top, the green, it shows it a little bit of the background piece, which is just the white cardstock, and that was bothering me. So I'm deciding to pull out my um, my cloud punch. Now, to tell you the truth, I wish I had a smaller cloud punch, because I feel like as far as the proportions of my cloud to my rainbow, I feel like my clouds are way too big for this particular rainbow die, but we're just gonna go with it because that's all I have. I might look for one in the near future, but right now we're gonna stick with this. So because of that cloud being too big, I decided that maybe I only needed two here, but then I cut that Be Merry, I cut the right side of it onto a notch, and so I felt like there needs to be something on the left side, and so I pulled out another cloud piece to go on that center card base. So that's going to be the design of the layout, or sorry, of the card. And I have to say, I really like how this turned out, even though the clouds seem a little too big for my rainbow. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of the proportions of the rainbow with the cloud. I know these are like first world problems, right? But sometimes these little details are the ones that makes me question how I create things. So I started off putting the dots onto the side of this on the side of this top rainbow, because I thought that I was only going to do two dots, but I actually end up doing three. And so I'm gonna end up, I'm no, I'm actually going to move. Oh, okay. Sorry, it's been a while since I did this. I know I made a mistake with my Nuvo drops. I just didn't know which part it is. So I was going to add the Nuvo drops just on the top and the bottom rainbow, but I decided to do it three. And so because I'm doing it in a triangle, I have to just take out that dot that I've already created on the bottom right. And that's very easy right now because the Nuvo drops is still pretty wet. So if you're made a mistake with your Nuvo drops, just make sure that you take it off when it's wet so that you won't have any issues. So I'm going to set that aside to dry. And I did add a little bit of rainbow glitter, no, not rainbow, glitter pen onto those rainbows so that they will have a shine. Now, this is not a rainbow, but I'm using a small heart shape die, and I just punched a bunch, not punch, but I just cut out a bunch of those leftover cardstock pieces and made hearts with them. And I'm going to do kind of a variation of the rainbow. So instead of it being a semicircle, it's actually going to be a full-on circle. And so it's going to be basically a wreath. And I did cut them out in the same colors that I used for that rainbow. And I'm going to find out that I need more colors than what I have here. But like I said earlier, like I feel like if I were to repeat the same color, it would not look good, because some will be represented twice and then others not, just once. And so I decided to go through my scrap cardstock collection and look for some more of kind of the same color but different hues of it, or different tones of it. So I'm going to grab my heart punch and I'm going to go ahead and punch, or heart die, I should say, and cut some more hearts. Now I'm just trying to figure out, at this point, I'm figuring out how many hearts do I really need to complete this card. And I find that I need two, and they are just perfectly snugged there. Like I felt like it needed to be an even number in order for it to look good. Now, one of the things too that I did was I cut the circle, or I divided the circle into four, just so I can make sure that they're evenly spaced. But even that, as you can see, I'm kind of finagling and moving things around just so that I can get them properly spaced. For the center, left and right, as you can see, I added them onto the where the lines were, and that's how I started them. I actually put the red and the green first, and then put the other ones. So I tried to do two more hearts in each quadrant, so each quadrant could have kind of a two and a half, because that that green and red are on the line. And then of course I needed to trim off my pencil lines and used an eraser for that. And then I am adding just that "You Are Simply Amazing" heat embossed with gold sentiment strip onto the center. And I have to say, this is one of my favorite cards that I've created with this series. It's very simple, but I love the hearts. I love the way the wreath turned out, and it worked perfectly with this sentiment too, that it's very simple, but it does add a really nice look to it. And again, these ideas, techniques, designs that I'm doing, this is not new. I'm sure that if you are a card maker and if you've watched other YouTubers, you know that this is not new. Like, people have done this before. If you're looking for a really good person to follow when it comes to rainbow cards, I know Laura Fedora, I think that's her name. She does cards for Simons and Stamps, and she does a lot of the rainbow ones, and I've learned a lot from her. And so I will leave her link in the description box below if you have not checked out how checked her out before. But those are my cards for this particular video. I hope that you will catch the next video in this series. Until then, I will see you next time, or I will talk to you next time. Bye.